They say marriage is about sharing. What's mine is yours, and what's yours is mine. But some people forget, secrets left on a shared iPad. They don't stay secrets for long. Hey, and welcome back to another out-of-this-world tale from Breakup Cheater. Today's story. It's about betrayal, digital footprints, and the calm before a storm. I'm a 31-year-old guy, and until very recently, I believed I was in a solid marriage. My wife 29, and I have been married for 4 years. We're young, still figuring life out, and like any couple, we've had our ups and downs. But through it all, I thought we were growing stronger together. That with every argument survived, every bill paid, and every quiet night spent on the couch, we were laying another brick in the foundation of something lasting. But I was wrong. So wrong. We're not rich. Not poor either. We live modestly, working hard to stay afloat. There are months we stretch our dollars thin, scraping together rent and juggling bills, but we manage. We're careful with what we buy, and we don't indulge in a ton of electronics. We each have our phones. She wanted an iPhone, not the newest model because I had to put my foot down, and I've always been an Android guy. But the one big device we did invest in was an iPad. It was supposed to be a shared tool, primarily for work, reading, streaming. I used it daily at my old job because the screen size made it easier for documents and videos. I paid for it, but it was understood. It belonged to both of us. But like many things in our marriage, that too had turned into something else, something she tried to quietly claim for herself. One day I was homesick and asked her to bring me the iPad so I could watch some YouTube in bed. You'd have thought I asked for a kidney. She was weirdly resistant. What do you want to watch? Can't you use your phone? Why not just use the TV? Made no sense. All I wanted was comfort, to lie in bed and watch something on a bigger screen. She eventually caved and brought it out after 5 minutes, acting like it was some massive favor. I didn't think much of it then, but looking back, it was a red flag waving right in my face. The truth wouldn't smack me in the face until days later, the night everything fell apart. It was a Friday evening. She told me she was going out with her friends, a girls' night. Nothing unusual. She dressed up more than usual, but I've learned that women go all out for these nights. I wasn't thrilled, but I trusted her enough to not raise a fuss. She left in a rush, claiming she was running late. I grabbed a beer, got comfortable on the porch, and decided I'd finally catch up on a video from my favorite channel. I was going to use my phone. But then I thought, you know what? Let me use the iPad. Better screen. Better sound. Why not? Except, it wasn't where it usually was. Not on the coffee table. Not on her desk. Not in the charger by the couch. I eventually found it, tucked deep inside a drawer on her side of the bed. That should have been my second clue. Opened it. It unlocked without a passcode. And right there, open and staring me in the face, was Tinder. My first reaction wasn't anger. It was denial. Maybe it's not what it looks like. Maybe she's helping a friend, or someone used her photo without permission. But then I tapped on the profile. It was her. Every photo. Every detail. Her bio even said she was single. And that's when I knew. There was no innocent explanation. No way out of this mess. My wife was cheating on me. And not just thinking about it, she was active. Matching. Messaging. Planning. I read through her conversations. Guys. Maybe more. And one of them, Jared, she was supposed to meet that very night. So the girls' night. That was a lie too. Some of the chats had details about previous meetups. She'd already slept with at least one of them, maybe more. I felt like I was floating, like I'd left my body and was watching this disaster unfold from the ceiling. But even in that daze, I knew what to do. I took screenshots. Every message, every timestamp. I made sure they were clear and dated, so she couldn't spin the story later. Then I made a decision that might not have been smart, but felt necessary. I got in my car and drove to the bar where she said she was meeting Jared. I didn't want to cause a scene. I didn't want to blow up her spot in public. I just needed to see it, to confirm what I already knew in my gut. And there she was, laughing, smiling, leaning into this guy like they were on their 10th date, not their first. I recognized him from his profile pics. Jared. She touched his arm. He touched her leg. They looked like a couple. Like I didn't even exist. I took a picture. Then a short video. I didn't need to stay longer. My heart was breaking and boiling all at once. But I walked out of there. Quiet. Controlled. Focused. Because I knew the real confrontation would come on my terms. And on my turf. When she came home that night, I said nothing. I'd left the iPad open, right on her side of the bed. She saw it. Her face changed. She tried to act normal, casually asking, "Did you use the iPad today?" I looked her in the eyes and told her I hadn't, that I just found it where she left it. She watched me like a hawk the whole weekend. But I didn't react. I gave her nothing. Because I wanted her to stew in it, to wonder if I knew. To feel the anxiety that came with the weight of a secret slipping through her fingers. That Monday evening, I finally dropped the hammer. She got home from work and started rambling about her day, trying to play house like everything was fine. Cut her off. Shut up. She froze. I never speak to her like that. Then I said, "Don't act like everything is normal. You know what I know. So say it." She hesitated like she was calculating her odds. But I think the image of that iPad open and exposed reminded her. He knows everything. And then she started crying. Big theatrical mucus-filled sobs. Not because she was sorry. Not because she loved me. 'Cause she got caught. I didn't budge. Cut it out. You weren't sorry when you were swiping right on half the city. You're only sorry now that it's over. She begged. She pleaded. She called herself stupid. She blamed loneliness. She blamed stress. But I'd made up my mind. I told her we were done. That we were getting divorced. That she needed to pack her things and leave. She said she had nowhere to go. Her family's out of state. No money for a hotel. Not my problem. She should have thought of that when she decided to become a serial cheater. She's still in the house technically, but the relationship is over. We're roommates now. Cold silence, shared kitchen, zero affection. I told her if she didn't fight me on the divorce, I wouldn't try to ruin her life. She agreed. I already hired a lawyer. Paperwork is nearly done. And as I wait for that final signature, I just want to say this. The day I walked away from her, that was one of the happiest days of my life. It meant I was finally free. No more lies. No more pretending. Just me moving forward stronger than before. Let that be a reminder, folks. If you're gonna cheat, don't do it on the shared iPad. Actually, scratch that, just don't cheat. Because secrets have a way of finding their way to the surface. Even if they're buried in the back of your bedside drawer.